So today we're going to be looking at Wireshark. This is topic 2, part 2 of SNS video logs, and today we're going to be looking at Wireshark. So firstly, we'll set up a website that we'll use to log in. So we'll use vulnerable web, and you can go to a test login page. It's not secured. The connection is not secure in this website, and they send the login ID and password as plain text, so you can see where the plain text is going, and you can find out where the plain text is at. So now we're going to open Wireshark, which is basically a sniffing software. It's used to analyze protocols. So you can see these are the capture cards available. And so all these network cards are there. So we are using Ethernet 0. So we go here and you can see there's data packets being transferred, protocol, its length and its information. You can even see the number of packets, like protocols being transferred, time, source and destination. So let's just go, and we have like multiple filters as well. For example, if you want to look at a particular protocol like TCP, you can just enter TCP and you'll get all the TCP protocols. If you want to look at a particular IP source, like for example, if you go here in terminal and if you write ifconfig, you can see your IP address. This is 192.168.132 and 228. So you can just copy that and paste it into IP source as this thing. So this is your IP address. If you press enter, you can see all the requests going from this source. If you want to write destination, also here you can write ip.destination equal to this thing. You can just remove that. A DST, sorry. So you can see it's all the destination. So you can see the messages that are being displayed in this. Standard query response, its DNS is happening, transport layer security 1.2 is happening, TCP is happening, and so many protocols. So you can see that. Let's analyze a particular protocol. For example, if you're saying TLS version 1.2, so you can see there's frames, the source internet protocol version 4 being used, transmission control protocol TCP is being used, and you can see transport layer security. So this is basically the data that's being transferred all in all, and there's like multiple parts to it, and each part has like a significant meaning over here. For example, if you write section number, you find one of the data is being transferred. Like these are all the attributes that are there. This is transfer with the data, I think. So if you're typing like address, so destination address is being transferred over here, and source address is being transferred over here. I mean type is IPv4, which is transferred here, which is a binary or hexa conversion. You can see version 4 is being transferred, header length is 45 with 20 bytes, ID, etc, etc. So IP version is also given here, time to live is given, protocol being used, TCP is being given, source address, destination address is provided. And if you go to TCP protocol, you can see source port, destination port, TCP segment length, sequence number, and all the attributes that are available in transmission control protocol. You can even see the transmission layer security that's being transferred, application data, encrypted data. So this is basically the data that's being transferred and it's encrypted. So you can see all of this data here. So this is the plain text that appears like after converting data. So this is basically a few things to get us started with Wireshark. You can also do certain customizations. For example, if you go to preferences, you can change the appearance, fonts and colors. For example, what font you want, what colors you want for a particular thing, layout of the entire thing, how you want to capture it, and name resolutions. For example, you want MAC addresses to be resolved, transport name, IP addresses to be resolved, and profile to be shown. You can have hidden protocol items and such things that you can have. You can like change so many settings in this Wireshark. So even in capture, you can select like particular filters, and in view you can have coloring rules, which basically talks about what packets have particular colors. Like you have these packets, so like what colors you want them to have. So like you can see ICMP has this color, and then TCP has this color, UDP has this color. So you can like change all of that over here. So now we're going to see a particular website that we're going to open. Let's see if you're open google.com. So what request is going to go? First, we'll change it to ip.source because it's going from our site. It's going to go from client. So you can see client hello has gone. We'll just pause this for once. You can see client hello has gone, which uses a handshake protocol, and it gives you a session ID of length. This thing session ID is given over here. You can have the entire data, and cipher suites, which is being offered using the client hello. You can have the compression length and methods. You can have application layer protocol, which is being used, requests, credentials, keys that are being shared over here. You can have the length of the keys, supported versions, and etc. So you can have like a lot of things that are being shared over here using TLS. So that's what happens when you like open a website. So basically that's just onto Wireshark, and now we'll see the main idea of this practical, which is to see how user information is being transferred. So we'll go to IP source as our source, and protocol being used as HTTP. So this basically will filter out all of the packets and show us only the packets that we need. And HTTP is being used here to transfer data from this site. So let's just say we're gonna write a username as hacker, and we're gonna give a password hack me at 1234. We press enter and we write don't save. That's not necessary to write don't save, but you can see there's a post and get request. So you analyze these HTTP requests, you'll see there's a user info.php that's gone. So here you can see pretty much everything. Like I'll just increase the size of this, so you can see pretty much everything. Like this, it sent this much huge amount of data. There's user info, HTTP versions, test vulnerable web, the website name, user agent, accept what type of documents, accept the type of language, accept encoding, and such things. And you have your website name again, upgrade security, something, and you have username hacker and password hack me, and it's like a little encrypted, I guess. But we're gonna see here, it's gonna send a frame basically. Let's go above. It's gonna send a frame, frame length, capture length, etc. It's gonna use Ethernet because it's using we are using Ethernet. Destination and source is given here. You have the entire addresses, IPv6 here, and then IPv4 protocol we are using, which gives us a source as this, destination that is the website that we've accessed as this one. You have the version, header length, and then you can have an identification field. These are all the IPv4 fields that are there. Time to live, protocol which is being used, header checksum, source address, destination address. So now you go to transmission protocol. You can even see destination port being used, which is port 80 of the site is open. And then you can have sequence number as well, acknowledge number. You can have flags that are being used. So we're using acknowledgement and push because it's a post request. So you can see all of that. There's windows as well. But here is the most important part: HTML form, URL encoded. So this is basically the HTML form that we've posted to this website. So you can simply see this username and password is right here. Hacker and hack me at 1234. This is what we were talking about. So our information is going in plain text. So you have key username, which is the key of the container being used, and then the value is hacker, and you have the key of password, which is pass, and then value is hack me at 1234. So this is basically how your information is going to the servers, like but this is an analyzing tool that is being used for your particular machine only, and you can't use this on another machine to see HTTP protocol. Specifically for HTTP protocol, other protocols can be accessed on other machines as well, but HTTP protocol you'll only be able to see in your machine, and you can see the form being submitted, but this is transferred in plain text from the website itself. That's why it's not encrypted over here, but the information does appear over here. So it's a very good sniffing tool if you get to use it on a particular machine. Then if you check the get request, you can see it'll say the host, user agent, accept this, accept language, encoding, referrer, and then you get a connection, and then you get a full request that is there. So basically, it'll have a session ID, and it'll use that session ID and keep the data live. But over here, you can see in the post request that you have username and password being transferred, which is basically what we wanted to see using Wireshark. And if we run another one, like if we write some user at please don't hack me, and if you write login and don't save, you get a post and get request. So if you go to the post again and you see the HTML form data, you can see some user is the username, and please don't hack me is the password. And post request is being used. You can even see the request method, request URL, request version, and so on, and all the other attributes that are there. So this is an entirely what do you call it? This is a very important tool to sniff the packets that are there and that are going around on a particular network, and if you're connected to it. So this can be used like in many such scenarios. If you open like a particular website as well, for example, if you're opening ICICI, just go here. It's this. Let's just remove HTTP. And you can see application data is being transferred via TLS. You have DigiCert being used, which is a certifying authority. So DNS is providing that. So domain name query is being used, and additional RRs, and you can it's basically giving you authorities and cipher suites. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Wireshark tutorial and part 2 of SNS.